Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. Today I'm going to be reacting to Sophie and her EP product. I am extremely excited for this because it has been a long time coming. When I listened to Sophie's Oil of Every Person's Uninsides, that was literally so long ago, and it was the first Sophie thing I'd ever heard. Also one of the first things to introduce me to like this kind of hyper pop experimental electronic music as well. I've been saying month after month that I'm going to do this album, but it just keeps getting like pushed to the wayside. It's so annoying. I don't even know how it happens. There's so many artists that I'm meant to do that end up getting like shifted around, or something happens, a new release comes out, or someone gets ill, or you know, something's crazy things happening. Talk about someone getting ill. My partner has COVID. I thought I'd stress as well, we don't live together. It just works that way. Funnily enough, when I got pregnant, I was only 16 years old, and I broke up with him. He was only 19. And here in the UK, that is legal, and so on like that, because I know it's not in other places. But anyway, I got pregnant and I broke up with him because I was like, we were teenagers and I couldn't handle it. I just wanted to have the baby and be like so focused on the baby. I just couldn't deal with the energy. I started to feel like not like into it in a love way. It must have been hormones and everything. I just wasn't into it. I also had so much fear. I was like, wow, I'm having a baby at 16 and now I'm tied down with someone. I wanted to live life as well. So that's what I did. I lived life. Horrible experiences, great experiences. Anyway, 6 years later, the dad of my daughter, he basically just never stopped loving me. I mean, obviously. Yeah, so he just didn't stop loving me. He didn't go out with anyone. I don't even think he did anything with anyone. He was just like, he like hated me and loved me all at once. You know, when you love someone so much but you know that the other person doesn't want to be with you, you end up being quite bitter. However, he was still in his daughter's life regardless. We were like cordial sort of thing. And it wasn't until like, I don't know, just randomly he started like, he shifted a little bit. He would come down to our beach hut, which my family has, a little bit more, and spend time there. And then I got to like see him and know him and the way he interacts with our daughter and stuff. I always knew he was good, obviously, but it was nice to actually see it there, and like he was just lighter. Anyway, this made me start to feel attracted to him, especially because like I'd gone through a lot of crap as well. So we ended up getting back together, and we are now 4 years strong, after being broken up for 6 years. So pretty crazy love story, right? But it's amazing. But anyway, other than that, we basically do live separately because we both have mental health issues and we just love our own space. We are like genuinely quite introvert at heart. We just love, yeah, being on our own and so on like that. So yeah, but that does mean that I've got my daughter full time for about 2 weeks sort of thing. So I'm recording this at night. I don't want to do it so much in the day when I've got my daughter, if she's not at school and so on. It's all whatever. But yeah, I'm luckily I'm still getting this out though, so I'm really excited. Sorry, random story at the beginning there, but I did put a post saying that he had COVID, and just in case anyone was thinking that I'm in the house with him, that's not the case. My dog still goes to school, all of those things, yada yada yada. Everyone's safe and so on, and hopefully he gets better soon because awful, he's not feeling well at all. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Also, I noticed on here there's I've just gone onto like a playlist and so on. I've noticed that at the bottom here there's a BIPP with an Autechre mix. Autechre, I don't know how to say it, Autechre. And I'm going to be reacting to Autechre, I don't know how to say it, soon as well. So like I thought, oh, I'm definitely going to be listening to that one. It'll give me a little bit of an inkling of what their album's going to sound like. I thought that was really cool though. I wasn't expecting it, so I was like, oh, that's pretty good news. Also, sorry if it's a bit dark in here. If I'm here, it's really bright. If I go here, it's quite dark, but it's a vibe. We can do it. All right. If you'd like to become a patron, please do. I'm going to be doing a live stream next week, and I'm going to post when about a couple days before. So if you'd like to join in on that, please do. And there's also like the lower tier 2, which is basically the price of a cup of coffee each month, if you can afford that. Yeah, it'd be lovely to have your support over there. Also, yeah, follow me on Instagram, I shall follow you back, and like and subscribe, of course. All right, let's go. First song is called BIPP, B-I-P-P. Right, let's go. It's like bouncing and pinging. Ooh, that club-like vocal. That feels so funny over that sound. Okay, already there's no like ambient sound at all. It's just like a very, you know, a selection of sounds, and then I can make you. You'd normally hear it over like a psh, a zzz, you know, like some sort of ambient buzz or like hiss or like white noise of some sort. But it's actually been sang over top of this very odd bouncy ball elastic band kind of sound.
I can make you feel, I can make you feel. I can make you feel, I can make you feel.
Oh, I love it.
I can make you feel, I can make you feel. However you're feeling.
Ooh.
I can make you feel better.
Ooh, I like that.
Whatever you're thinking, I can make it all clearer. Try so hard that you can't conceal it. Whatever you feel inside.
It's pretty uplifting. The lyrics.
And you know
Ooh, I love that.
so I can make you feel better.
I love how it's like building more sounds being chopped in. It's really meaningful.
You gotta be crazy, can't help yourself.
I love
Can't
it.
take it. Yeah,
It's so bubblegum.
You should try. If you don't, you might never know how it tastes so good. Sweet like whipped cream. What you need, if that's what you want more, then you know where to find me. So I can make you feel better.
Oh.
If you let me, I can make you feel better. I can make you feel, I can make you feel.
Oh, see, this is more of a club sound that you're hearing here. You hear that,
Know you want to.
yeah, and that building muffled sound.
Want to.
There we go.
I can make you feel better.
Hey.
Let me, I can make you feel better. If you want to.
I would honestly like rather go to a club and hear this. Like, it feels like they were constructing a beat, constructing a club sound, and like picking out sounds they'd won overall inside of it. However, it's like the actual song, and then it comes in with the actual club-like moment, just to bring in something that you recognize, bring in something that you can kind of go, oh, that makes sense, while still building and building on sound. And like, I love the words as well.
If you let me, I can make you feel better. Oh, like you want to. So.
Oh yeah, it does change. Oh, that's cool to end it like that. Ooh. Ooh, nice. I like the way it went into that. That was cool. Yeah, it sounds like pulling of latex as well, or like PVC, like a... Yeah, it's just so experimental, and like that way, there's not much for me to say about it. I've kind of got my head around this sort of sound now, so I'm just gonna like basically enjoy it. L. Ooh, little droplet sounds. It's like popping a pill into water. Ooh. Ooh, it's nice. It's that horror element. Alien horror. Somewhat emotional here though. This is kind of sad. As much as all these sounds just sound like a collection of sounds put together to make something interesting, I always sense deeper meaning within it. Like, I really do. I feel there's something oddly sad, yet like comical about it. I don't know. It had a little moment there where it moved, the synths moved in an emotive way, and then as it goes back into doom doom, you know, as it moves back into that, it feels like a cut off, like a don't be sad, you know, it's okay. It almost feels like putting a mask on and then taking it away, putting a mask on, taking it away. There's something like that, but there's something comical about it as well, where it's like sarcastic. The sound, I know it's just sound, but I can hear sarcasm in it. Let's keep going. Because this is like the moments where it's like there's actually something deeper. Hard hitting on that last one there. It's like inspirational, and also it feels like a huge dramatic moment in a movie, reuniting with someone, or like saying goodbye to someone. Oh. Wow, that's vast. Ooh, it kind of lets you go into like a vast like space of like glittery sounds in there, like that little sparkly sound. Yeah, it's like you went poof, and it's almost like, you know, I can imagine someone with a handful of glitter just go poof, and amongst that is like smoke and so on and glitter, you know. Wow, like some sort of magic trick, you know, some disappearing act as well. There's something about that. I'd love to know if you know if there's something deeper to it. It's, yeah, wow, pretty impressive. I love that. Next one was called Lemonade. Ooh, glitchy.
Lemonade, lemonade. Lemonade, lemonade. Lemonade, lemonade. Lemonade, lemonade. I got something to tell you. Hope you'll understand. It's just that when I'm with you, everything's okay.
Nice.
I get that busy feeling. Now I'm lemonade. Lemonade.
Love that, like dun 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 dun, like a little bit like a note that definitely was not meant to be there, but definitely fit into the song. Also, love it. It's so bubblegum, yet it's got some swag to it as well.
Lemonade, lemonade. Lemonade, lemonade. Candy boys, cut, candy boys. Candy boys, cut, candy boys. Candy boys, cut, candy boys.
Hey.
Lemonade, lemonade. Candy boys, cut, candy boys. Candy boys, cut, candy boys. Lemonade, lemonade. I got something to tell you. Hope you'll understand.
Oh my god, I love the way it shifts into that too. Love the bubble sounds, because I've already been hearing some kind of bubbly sounds, droplet sounds and so on. But this one's quite literally like bubbles. It's like the bubbles inside the lemonade. It makes it really cute. And the thing is with lemonade, it's not bitter at all. Even though it's lemon, and lemon should be bitter, but lemonade's actually quite sweet. But I think there's something to say about it. It's like the sugar like masks the bitter taste, if you know what I mean. I don't think it goes that deep maybe, but it's still something to think about.
I didn't really follow through on like what I was trying to say there. Basically, I was just saying about how lemonade is sweet, but lemons are bitter and sugar masks the bitter taste. Then I wanted to say like maybe the song is about something that is actually like, you know, harsh or bitter or bad or dark. Maybe like a love situation, like you're so in love with someone that you fail to see their like darker side, and that's why it's lemonade, if you know what I mean, like because it's masked with sugar. And then I was, that's why I was like, maybe it's not that deep, but it could be.
Just know when I'm with you, everything's okay. I get that fizzy feeling. Now
Fizzy.
I'm lemonade.
I get that fizzy feeling and I want lemonade. That's so cool. Also, I wish I was wearing a belt because these trousers are falling down. Okay, next song is called Hard. I wonder if it's going to go hard. The beat, is it going to go hard like all the others have gone? I imagine so.
Hard, latex glove, sex so hard. PVC, I get so hard. Platform shoes, kick so hard. Ponytail, yank so hard. Party so hard. PVC,
Love the British
so hard. But it's just
vocal.
so hard, so hard.
So hard. Like a robot kind of crumbling down.
Hard.
Ooh. It's so sparkly.
I just get so hard. Patent boot, kick so hard. Silicone, squeeze so hard. Ponytail, yank so hard. Do I make you proud? I tried so hard. Rather
Ooh, I like
so
that.
hard. In the club, party so hard. So hard. Latex glove, sex so hard. PVC, I'm so hard.
I love this.
So hard. I get so hard.
This is sick. Yeah, that goes fucking hard. I get so hard. Oh my god. Like, that is very cool. That is like, I like it. It's like, are you proud of me? I try so hard. Ponytail, I try so, like hard ponytail platforms. I feel like in a weird way, it's like the difficulties of being a woman, just for women in general, just like all the things we do, like, like for beauty can be really hard. Maybe there's a little bit of that there. I'm not entirely sure, but it feels that way for sure. Feels like building something, you know?
I get so hard. I get so hard. I just get so hard.
Ooh, yeah, there's a lot that I want to say about that, and like I don't know how it's going to come across, but I'm going to go for it. Also saying I get so hard, right? There's a lot to say for that too. It's like I get so hard as in I get so tough, I get so strong, I get like an outer shell that is just so like cloaking the vulnerability inside. But there's also I get so hard in the male standpoint of like, I get turned on, basically. I get so hard. And I think that's kind of powerful hearing it in a girl's voice. I get so hard. It's giving that like male energy that is strong and kind of like, yeah, I fucking get hard for you. You know what I mean? And also used in like it's like a power move in that way. Like, yeah, I'm fucking hard for you. You know what I mean? Like there's something hot about that. But also, like I was saying before, with the ponytail, the high heels, the working hard, I want you to be proud of me. I work so hard. Again, with the female kind of thing of like, I try so hard. So like, please notice this, if you know what I mean. And you want it, and she wants it to be noticed. I think that's fucking awesome. I don't know if that's anything to do with the meaning, but it's definitely what I got from it. Going off of that, I started to feel like the sounds that were being made sound like building something. And if you think about it, throughout history, building things like building machines, building cars and so on like that has been a very male-driven kind of career. And hearing all that in the song, and it sounds like very like a feminine thing, it feels like, again, exuding that masculine energy. And like, I just want to say as well, every single one of us on this planet has male and female energy. Of course, there's scientific things like women are a lot more, say, emotional or like emotionally intelligent to some degree. That sounds so awful, but just look it up. Whereas men are more physically strong. You know, there are things like that. But when I talk about energy, I'm on about like, we're not so divided as a lot of people think. We're actually the same, and we sometimes have to fight to allow that piece of us to be shown. So if you're like a female and you've grown up, you know, around females that are quite like traditional, let's say, you might find it difficult to bring out that tougher side of you, that stronger side of you, that part of you that some people would think are masculine, because you've been told women shouldn't act that way. And the same way with men, like men who have been told to man up, or like, you know, toxic masculinity, basically. It might be kind of terrifying to show that more softer side of you. But these are all constructs, societal constructs, if you know what I mean. Like, we can literally be who we want and it's fine. And honestly, it's kind of fucking attractive. If I had a girl like go over to me and be like, I'm so fucking hard for you. Like, not obviously if a random person came over to me and said that, I'd be a bit terrified. But but you know what I mean? Like, having that energy, that strength, a strong woman who likes to wear a fucking dress, bitch, please. I mean, I think I'm describing myself here, but but luckily my boyfriend, he absolutely loves strong women too. So yeah, that's great, because that was a terrible fear of mine for a long time, that I'm too strong for men. And then I very much got rid of that, because I went, nah, fuck that shit. It doesn't make me manly, or doesn't make me intimidating, or I shouldn't lessen myself down because of that. I just need to find someone that likes it. And of course, I have that person. So love that.
Also, just wanted to say, my strength also was born from extreme fragility and vulnerability throughout my childhood and teenage life. I had to grow this kind of strength, so I'm fucking proud of it. And also, that's not to say that I feel strong all the time either, but that is literally the whole point. You know, like, I am both strong and I am weak. There is such a balance within us with everything. You know, as I go back to masculine and female, it's not really masculine and female at the end of the day. It's just sometimes I'm emotional, sometimes I'm not emotional, sometimes I'm confident, sometimes I'm not confident. You know, we are all of those things. Yeah, cool.
Okay, anyway, that was a bit of a tangent, but it's important. Okay, next one is called MSMSMSM. Okay, let's go. Ooh. Terrifying. It's gonna have a hard drop. I just know it. Oh, it's so tense. The release is gonna be insane. Yeah, fucking knew it. There's no escaping a release like that. This is how I wish I could make my music sound. That depth. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing loose about that. And then you loosen up. That is so good. The way that's just like, you just like have no like fluidity in your bones and your muscles. That's how I felt anyway. Just felt so like rigid. And then as it goes into that release, it feels like a real like, oh. and you just kind of become silk, do you know what I mean? You become like this like moment of just legato like jelly, like if you know what I mean, and it feels so good. Oh, tension and release at its purest right here. And as I said, sometimes I could go, oh, there's gonna be a big drop, and there isn't one. But this one, there was no fucking way there wouldn't be, because like that tension was so unreal, it would have had to go down somehow. And it did. That vast kind of sound again as well. It's like we've just travelled somewhere, and now we're here at this new destination. It's like seeing someone appear, someone that you idolise, you know? Moment of clarity. Ooh, come on now. As we fall into that vast space again. Fucking hell. So interesting, because it's all like this tension release, and then where am I? Where am I? I'm floating, I'm travelling. And like I said, it almost like you could see someone appear, like some sort of, for some reason I saw David Bowie. I saw David Bowie just kind of like form and like come up like a levitating lift into like like a pyramid of steps in blue light. And yeah, I just really saw that, and him just like stood there as like I was watching, like, oh my gosh, it's David Bowie. And then as it throws you back into, you know, it's like waking up from a dream maybe. But it didn't feel like waking up. It felt like imagine in a movie, you're being thrown around, you're moving, and there's like a bit where your body like gets blasted right across like the city, and it goes in slow motion, and you're like, you know, then as it comes back in, it's all like chaos again. You know, that's kind of what it felt like. Okay, next one was called Vyzee, but it's Vyzee. Vyzee?
Shake, shake, shake it up and make it fizz.
This reminds me of a musician I used to listen to called L.O.V.E, like her really old stuff.
If that's what you
The
wanna
voice.
do. If that's what you wanna do. If you want to make them scream, look at me. It's simple, we'll make it easily. You to twist your body, twirl it all around. Make it pop and sizzle. Now squish it on the ground. Shake it up and make it fizz.
Oh, I love
We can
it!
go crazy in the pop, crazy in the pop, crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do, we can go crazy in the pop, crazy in the pop, crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do.
Oh my god, I love
If
it.
that's what you wanna do. You squish it in your hand. You
Oh, that-
squish it in your hand.
Like
Make
a
it pop,
spitting.
red and white tomato soup can to stir that mixture. Make it drippy thick. Let it drip all over. Now give the spoon a lick. If you need that something, and that's really what you want. Shake, shake, shake it up and make it fizz. We can go crazy
Oh
in
my
the pop.
god, it's so
Crazy in
cute.
the pop, crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do.
We can jump up, we can get down low,
I like
we can
that.
go up, we can go, go, go. We can jump up, make it say, yeah, we're dancing. Such up, let it drip, drop, go. We can go.
Crazy in the pop.
Mm,
Crazy in the pop.
that's cool. It was all feeling very like it's like descending kind of sound. Ugh. Like it felt so upbeat in the first place anyway, because it's all like basically telling you dance moves in like very peculiar ways, like spoon and licking and crazy and popping and all these kind of things. And then it goes into that little moment where it all feels a bit like free. It felt a little bit like 2011 to me as well. When was this made? Not actually sure when it was made. I'll look at it in editing. Oh my god, I'm so out of breath. Why did I tell you I'm going to the gym now? Yeah. But anyway, instructions, and it all feels really fun and really happy. Then, you know, that more lifted sound, and then as that descending sound comes in, it makes you go, wait, was the first bit even lifted before? Or was just that a second bit more lifted than the first, so then the first bit just doesn't feel lifted as it comes back down?
Basically, I just want to explain it a bit better. So like the verse, yeah, let's just call it a verse, if that's what you want to call it, felt like it was really lifted from the start. But then as that little rising bit comes in, that little like almost like what you would call a pre-chorus, but it's not a pre-chorus, but it's like a rising feeling, that feels really uplifted. So when it goes into the descending sound again, which is just the synth from the first verse, it sounds like it wasn't ever lifted in the first place, even though I felt it was lifted in the first place. However, when the drum comes back in, it all feels lifted like it did in the first place again. It's just that synth on its own now. It's so descending, you know what I mean? It makes you feel like you're being pulled down, and without the drum. It's kind of like an illusion in a weird way, but yeah, I hope that makes sense.
I hope you understand what I mean, but yeah.
That's what you wanna do. We can go crazy in the pit. Go crazy in the pit.
Shake, shake, shake it up and make it fit. If that's what you wanna do.
Yeah, it does feel lifted here though.
If that's what you wanna
It's that synth alone makes it sound like, I don't know, totally different.
If that's what you
Without
wanna
that drum in it.
do. What you wanna do. We can go crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do.
I love it. So much fucking fun.
Shake, shake, shake it up and make it fizz.
That's insane. I literally knew it had gone into the next song, but because I felt it, right? But I didn't want to go and stop or check because I had to stay in that moment. I could literally feel my brain being retuned. It was like my brain was like, had like a little, you know, like some like shock pads or whatever going into it. It's like, but in like a really cool way, not in a horrible way whatsoever. And then it stops and comes back. Okay. Anyway, this song is called L.O.V.E, Love. I guess with the retuning of the brain, love could feel like that a little bit, right? Like you're taken over by love. It's like I'm being brainwashed. Oh. I like that. Something a little bit dark about it. Wow, that is so incredibly unique. That has some kind of purpose. That is deep. I know it does. Oh. Wow, I was just talking about the brainwashing side of love and how it could feel like you're taken over. And now this feels like the kind of like rose-tinted glasses part of love that feels light and fluffy and nothing can go wrong. Oh, don't last long though, does it? Oh, it's like taking one step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back. Oh, the system's kind of breaking down there. Oh, it's like almost harder to go back. I'll explain in a minute what I think. Running water. Ooh. Oh my god. That does not feel like a sound that should be healthy for your ears. I'm gonna hear this when I sleep. Fucking hell. That one, out of all of them is definitely the most experimental, in the sense of like it's the most like artistic. Something deep about it. There's a meaning there that is very strong, that I believe Sophie was actually trying to get across. What I thought for a minute was like, you know, the L.O.V.E, you know, love, and like it felt like some brainwashing sort of thing. There's lots of different things I thought, but it felt like brainwashing the world into being a more loving environment, like sharing love and so on. And when it would get into that cute little bit, it felt like the brainwashing had worked, and then as it would go fall back into that dark, like that odd sound, that squeaky sound, it felt like, oh, okay, you know, it's not worked like fully. There is still some hate in the world. And then it would go back to the cute sound. It'd be like, oh my God, everything's looking good. And then it would go back again, that one step forward, two steps back sort of thing. But on one of the last times, it felt like it was like, as it went into the dark sound again, as in like the darkness is trying to fight the light to like win, but it gets harder every time. So like basically the more and more we keep fighting for our rights and for what is right and for what is good, like the darkness will end up like falling apart, and you know what I mean, we will win, and it'll get harder for them every time. The more we keep fighting, we just can't let them take over. And like of course the ending still, it felt like it was taken over, but that's because our world isn't there yet. We're still learning this, we're still like progressing through this. That's just how I thought of it. I know that seems incredibly deep, but I don't know, that's just what I got from it, and that's why I love this sort of music. It allows you to like paint your own picture. Wow, that was pretty intense though, for sure. Okay, next song is called Just Like We Never Said Goodbye. That makes me feel like a bit sad, considering Sophie's obviously departure from this world.
We were young and out of control. I hadn't seen you since I was about 16 years old.
Conversational.
And your voice exactly the same.
Aww.
And it makes me feel, oh, just like we never said goodbye. When you spoke to me that way, we went out the very next day.
Wow, this is really cute.
You still remember my favorite place. And it makes me feel, oh, just like we never said goodbye. When you looked at me that way.
I don't know if it will like develop into something quite chaotic at all, but you know, the way the music is moving here, it's quite simple. It's softer in a way because it's really allowing space for the storytelling to take place. I love that. I love how the song before felt like you had to discover your own meaning, and then this song is very, very obvious. It's very obvious what the meaning is. It's being told to you as a story. There is no metaphor to it, really. It's incredibly relatable.
Just like we never said goodbye. And it makes me feel, we were young.
Aww.
We had everything we wanted, running wild through the night.
Oh.
Everything we needed, and something that he with me. I got everything I could ever need, and it makes me feel, and it makes me feel, and it makes me feel. Still got that glint in your eye, like you did the very first time. Feel like I don't ever wanna say goodbye.
Wow. Okay, it's going, I don't know if it's just going to trail off or do something very random, but I that was very simple, and every time it makes you feel like it's going to drop into something crazy, it never did. It just dropped you into something. See, this is what I call false like drops, where it feels like it's going to, and then it doesn't. It just kind of drops you off into the next part, which is the same as the first part. That's really interesting with the storytelling too. It's very cute, and the voice, I was just thinking about the voice, and like obviously it's ambiguous in a way, but like I love how it's not too high pitched. It's like a high pitch that I can actually handle. It sounds childlike. I really do like it. Like, and usually I'm not into like a really high pitched sound vocal. And if it is just going to trail off like this, that's interesting, because it's like that vastness again. And that's interesting to me because, you know, the whole song was like meeting up with someone that you've not seen in a while and feeling all the same feelings, their voice being exactly how you remembered it, they remember the places you like to go, and it's such a warm and lovely feeling, even though, you know, sometimes that could be with the wrong people, but, you know, it's just like a nice feeling. But that like vastness at the end, that kind of, it felt a little bit like, that did feel like a goodbye though. Inevitably it ended. After all those false rise ups and like drops and so on, it inevitably ended. That's very interesting. And of course, hearing a song like that is going to make you think, you know, of the passing of Sophie in a way. It made me think of it anyway. You know, but anyway, obviously she wrote this before she passed, of course. I mean, even though I do believe she'd probably have the ability to make something whilst up in the skies. Anyway, next one is BIPP, and it's the Autechre mix. So this one I'm very, very, very interested in because, like I said, I'm going to be reacting to Autechre at some point very soon. Oh, nice. And the vocal here. I can make it all clearer. Okay. It's like a whole different song. Wow, it's just like a... Oh, it's just like a slower groove of the original. I love the kind of pull in the rhythm. It's got like a pull rather than a push, so you feel a little bit held back. Oh, it's like relaxing. That had something I just wanted to close my eyes to that one. Yeah. Some songs are introvert, right? You know, the original felt like I had a lot to be like, oh, you know, this one had an introverted feeling. This is like a alone time version of me, just like I'm inside the skull, you know, rather than exuding something. I really like that. And also I'm really interested in what their album is going to sound like. I don't imagine it's going to sound like that because it's obviously a Sophie mix, but it's going to be elements there. Maybe that drum kind of, the way they use their drums is going to be something quite signature to them. I only imagine it'll be even more experimental being their own work as well. But wow, that's so interesting. I love the texture, that thudding kind of texture. It's so muted and like, yeah, there's something about it that feels like floorboards or something being hit. But yeah, nice. I like the vocal like that too. Okay, this is the last one now, and it's called Unisil. Oh. Ooh. That's cool. Ending it on something a little bit gritty, crazy. It feels like a lot of the sounds have been like used already in some of the other songs. like it. I like this. Very tense, by the way. Yeah, baby. Oh, is that like cellophane kind of sound? That PVC sort of sound again. Oh, it's like someone crawling on the ceiling and like twitching, you know? That horror aspect again.
Scary.
Oh my gosh, and that's the end. Oh my god, so yeah, that sounded like something crawling on the ceiling, like going across the like diddle-din. And then that little bit at the end, just like, yeah, felt like a, you know, being killed. That sounds awful, doesn't it? It sounded like some sort of murder, you know, that like thing, that monster got you. Wow, what a tense ending. The tension in that one was so strong, apart from those like, hey, that syncopated, I think it was syncopated, dun, hey. Yeah, I think it had that, didn't it, right? Loved it. Oh God, if I'm honest, I just wish there was more. But then again, I can listen to this over and over and like, and still be intrigued because the sounds are so unique and fun. So it's not going to go anywhere, not a one and done. It's something that I'm going to play a lot, especially when I'm going to be working out and stuff, and when I'm hula hooping as well. Oh my god, I loved it. I can't wait to go back and hear every texture. This is going to be a fun edit because I loved it. Okay, sorry, I don't know how that all just searched up then. I'm like, I loved it. I really did though. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love this music, and what I love about this is like, of course it's got that super hyper pop elements, but what I love, it's just mixed. Like, I like when there's not a lot of vocals and it's just a lot of sound. I love that. I've heard that the Autechre album has got no singing on it as well, so I wonder how my mind will develop in that, because like, you know, you can see during this I could already give it personality. I had visions, and I can't help where my mind goes. I mean, there's no vocals, it like happens even more because like, I don't know, I'm making a story to it. Loved it so much. I'm really, really hoping that you liked my reaction as much as I loved reacting to it and kept that light flashing the whole time. Well, hey. But yeah, please do like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I shall follow you back, and become a patron. That would be amazing. But if you can't, don't worry, I love you just as much as my patrons, of course. Thank you so much for your support. Honestly, every comment, every like, every view just means a lot to me, because this is my dream job. And of course I don't make like any money on YouTube, nothing to live off, absolutely not even like at all. The more the channel grows, the more that might be likely to be something that I can have in the future, who knows. But yeah, I absolutely love you and adore you and hope you had a good time. So bye.